Shalom, call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and a sincere shalom to the 144,001 Now, this is breaking news. U.S. House passes controversial bill that expands definition of anti-Semitism. Now, to start off, there's no such thing as Semite, so on and so forth. That doesn't exist in the scriptures. Our forefather's name was Shem. All right. And out of Shem, you have Abraham, Isaac, and what? Jacob. So the lineage of Shem to the seed of promise is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But you got a lot of Shemites, which is the proper way. The Sem doesn't exist in the scriptures. Edomites are Shemites. Moabites are Shemites. Ishmael are Shemites. So it's a lot of nations that fall under Shem. But Esau, through his witchcraft and malarkey, have created this title of anti-Sem. And the thing about it is that they're passing laws to add to the definition, expanding the definition. The reason why they're doing that is to obtain more authority. That's all this is going into. And they're parallel. This has been paralleled with the same type of protest that was happening. I think it was the Vietnam War in '68. Just seen a clip from the elder Gabar that was showing the videos of them pretty much doing the exact same thing in '68, and it didn't lead to nothing but more laws being passed for the government to usurp more authority. The U.S. House of Representatives have overwhelmingly passed a bill that would expand the federal definition of anti-Sem, despite opposition from civil liberties groups. Because why the U.S. is owned by the small hats, the people claiming to be of the southern kingdom of the children of Israel. But let's get this right here. This is Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? So this is just mischief. Esau has been doing these things ever since he got authority, a good grip of authority over the earth, the known world, I should say, with what was it, Alexander the Greek. And he was a mo, man. Alexander the Greek was a mo. He liked little boys. All right, that's how Esau gets down. That's how Esau's ruling class in particular gets down. You have Sleepy Joe being all creepy with little kids, man. I think he said he likes little kids sitting on his lap. I mean, that's a very sus thing to say about a random child, man. And they're so bold that they do these things on a mainstream level where not millions but billions of people can see them. The bill passed the house on Wednesday, and look how fast this passed. You had this thing. This has been going on for what, a couple weeks, and they already passed the bill. Meanwhile, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are still suffering. So it shows you who's in power, who has authority. And as is written in the scriptures, Israel will be trodden down by the Gentiles to the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, roughly paraphrasing. The bill passed the House on Wednesday by a margin of 320 to 91 and is largely seen as a reaction to the ongoing anti-war protests unfolding on U.S. university campuses. It now goes to the Senate for consideration. They're definitely going to consider this. And they're just going to keep adding more and more, and this is going to lead to the famine of the word. Let's get that. Because they're gonna pass bills and crack down on YouTube and Instagram, Twitter. TikTok is out the door. This is Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, not a thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Most High. So that famine is 100% going to involve YouTube, because the heavy lifting that's widely spoken about, right? The heavy lifting of the gospel is what on YouTube. It's not on BitChute. It's not on Odyssey. It's not on the street corners. It's on YouTube. YouTube is pulling in a lot of the hopeful elect. It's the YouTube is where the bulk of Israelites is hearing the truth. 2/3 or the elect. The majority of people in general, but in particular, the children of Israel hearing the truth from what? The internet. If the bill were to become law, which more not 99% chance it is, I highly doubt it's not. It will codify a definition of anti-sim created by the IHRA. They tell you to remember that, right? But they tell you to get over slavery. The title, I think it's 5 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This is a federal anti-discrimination law that bars discrimination based on shared ancestries, ethnic characteristics, or national origin. So they're basically trying to protect the small hats from them being the devils upon the earth. And this is all going to blow up in Esau's face because the majority of the earth is not riding with Esau, man. The majority of earth is starting to rise up against you devils, particularly Western hegemony. What is the definition? IHRA's working definition of anti-Sim is a certain perception of small hats which may be expressed as hatred towards small hats. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Sim are directed toward small hats or non-small hat individuals and or their property, towards small hat communities, institutions, and religious facilities. So, sooner or later, I think it's called Noah Hyde laws, where they're basically say if you go against them in any way, you're gonna get put to death, man. So this is where Esau is pretty much gonna lead up to with that charagma, because Esau is the damn devil. He wants complete authority over the earth like he's the Most High. Let's get that. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, verse 3 actually. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. And that day that's referring to is verse 1 and 2, where the Israelites would fall out of the power and Yahweh Shah, the Savior, will return. Except there come a falling away first. Salaki, I meant that first part I said is mentioned in verse 3, not 1 and 2, about the Israelites falling away, not remembering that they're the Israelites, losing their heritage. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. He's being revealed right now, framing mischief by law, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sits in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. That's what he's ultimately trying to do with the charagma, man. That's Esau's end goal. He doesn't care about putting his own people to death, man. He doesn't give a damn. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. So what's going to happen is that Esau is going to keep cracking down, and the Most High, in the midst of all that, with the famine of the word and everything that's going on, the prophets, they're going to stop speaking the truth. There's going to come a point in time where they're hearing the truth is going to be extremely rare. It's not going to be on no YouTube, not going to be on no street corner, no Odyssey, no BitChute. It's going to basically be you just stumble upon the man of the Lord. If the Most High dealing with you, it's not going to be no more scoffers coming on the comment boards with their madness. That's going to be in the near future. And all these scoffers and these scorners and these ones that's just outright just adverse to the truth, they're gonna be put to death. And this is what's gonna be going through their minds. This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So these scoffers that heard the truth, and then they gonna think back. They gonna when all the things that were prophesied years ago, decades ago, start coming to pass, they're gonna think back and reflect on hearing it. But it's gonna be too late for the majority of them. I'm gonna end this off in Ecclesiasticus 41st 41st chapter in verse 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. So this 1968 movement, mainly now, this 2024 movement, because this majority Edomites out there. You don't really see Jake and these other nations out there. It's mostly predominantly Edomites. Why? Because they see the wickedness and they see their power dropping, their economy dropping. All right, they may not see things on the political scale, but they can see that this country is not what it used to be. All right, so that's why this is a form of complaining, going out on the street, protesting, saying to stop being funded by the small hats. When the small hats, they're ignorant too, because they don't even understand that the small hats controls their country. So what they should be saying, the small hats shouldn't control the U.S. anymore, but they don't even comprehend that. And that's it for this lesson. Adawan Rutz is always edifying and shalom.